The Lake Erie Agriculture Demonstrating Sustainability Program, or LEADS, has a positive impact on the Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair watersheds. Farmers have accessed the program to improve soil health, protect water resources, and manage nutrients. Gerard Steenbeek and his family operate Stonecreek Farms at Woodham, Ontario. Here they milk 900 cows at 2 locations. They also raise pigs while growing 2,000 acres of crops. In recent years, Stonecreek has worked with LEADS to help reduce soil compaction on the farm. The goal is to maintain healthy soils that are better able to absorb water and nutrients, reduce runoff, and produce high-yielding crops to efficiently feed their livestock.
We have visually seen before that we had tracks in the fields, and they're like it's compaction being caused from the dump trailer. So we are really trying to reduce the compaction so that we can not lose the yield in any of the following crops. So whether that's alfalfa or corn or the crops that we're growing after corn. So for us, we try to no-till wheat and rye after corn silage. So by having the ground not compacted, we can establish a better crop. And we can also apply manure to those fields and have the manure actually soak into the ground instead of it running off a compacted field.
Before applying for LEADS cost share funding, Stonecreek completed the farmland health checkup to assess on-farm environmental risks. Working with their agronomist, they identified the negative impact compaction was having on their field. They also identified how a central tire inflation system could help reduce the impact of heavy tractors and implements.
So the Farm Health Checkup program, it was a good way for us to connect again with our agronomist that we've been working with for over 20 years to kind of identify some of the problems that we kind of expected to see on our farm. This agronomist is local, he knows what's going on, he knows our fields, and he's been there many times. So it's nice to go over the things that might potentially cause us to lose yield or have adverse impacts on the environment and just address those in a new way that we maybe have not thought about before.
When a central tire inflation system was recommended to help reduce soil compaction, Steenbeek was eager to work with LEADS and see how it could benefit the farm.
We have done a couple projects now. The big part of the tire inflation system is that we're running an air compressor to inflate the tires as needed and deflate the tires when we're not needed. So for the latest project, we installed it on this tractor and also on one of the dump trailers. That's actually our second dump trailer with that system on it. So now, with having it on the tractor, we can reduce the tire pressures independently on the front and the rear of the tractor, but also on the dump trailer or the manure tank behind it to reduce compaction in many different jobs. So in case of the dump trailers, for example, we can lower the pressures to 17 psi in the field, and then we can run at 42 psi on the road. So in the field, we're doing less compaction. On the road, we see less tire wear. On a manure tank, for example, we'll run 15 psi in the field, 45 on the road as well.
Quite simply, by lowering the tire pressure, Steenbeek can maximize the tire's footprint, spreading the weight, allowing it to float over the ground to reduce compaction. And it's all done easily and quickly from within the tractor cab.
On our farm, we are always trying to improve our soil health. We're trying to reduce compaction, we're trying to reduce runoff. Like, we want to keep our soil on our field, and we also want to keep our manure on our fields where it actually does good and where it can be valuable nutrients for it. So with the LEADS program, we've been able to reduce the amount of compaction, which has been allowing us to implement more no-till and maybe also strip-till going forward as well.
Steenbeek believes that tire inflation is another tool for farmers to add to their sustainability toolbox. It can also play a key role in supporting water quality in the Lake Erie watershed.
On our farm, water quality is very important, and we want to make sure that we leave it in the best possible way for the future. So by reducing tillage and by improving soil infiltration and managing our manure applications responsibly, we feel we can make a positive difference for the environment in the future.
The Farmland Health Checkup and LEADS are delivered by the Ontario Soil and Crop Improvement Association. They are funded by the Canadian Agricultural Partnership, a 5-year federal, provincial, territorial initiative.